Okay.
Oh, shit. Welcome one and all to ZTKM Sports Talk. It's been about over a week now since we last had it. The last time we did it, we did the Denver Nuggets, Dallas Mavericks, Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Chicago Bulls. This week, we got the Detroit Pistons, Golden State Warriors, Houston Rockets, and the Indiana Pacers. And every week that we have done this podcast / vodcast, the minutes have been getting larger and larger. We went from 50 minutes to an hour and 17 minutes. And I think this one's going to be our longest one, and probably an hour and a half to 2 hours, because the teams that we're going to be talking about, other than the Pistons, are teams that we care about / teams that are stacked that we can talk about for hours on end. So let's go ahead and let's get right into it. We'll start with the Detroit Pistons. We have Avery Bradley, Reggie Bullock, Andre Drummond, Henry Ellison, Langston Galloway, Tobias Harris, Reggie Jackson, Stanley Johnson, Luke Kennard, John Lure, Boban Marjanovic, Louis Montero, Eric Moreland, Ish Smith, Anthony Tolliver, Ben Udrih are their current roster as of right now. The record was 37-45. They had Marcus Morris, but they ended up trading him away for Avery Bradley. And we usually go and oh, there it is. Cool. We usually do our starting five. Would anybody like to go first for the starting five?
Starting five, it gets a little hairy at the forward position. Is the only one I see that'll be up in the air. It'll be Reggie Jackson, Avery Bradley, Tobias Harris, Andre Drummond, and then I'm not really 100% who they're going to use for the other forward. Stanley Johnson's been such a letdown since he started, 2 years ago. Let's go ahead and just throw Luke Kennard at the small forward spot because super awesome player.
I'm going with pretty much the same thing. Bradley, Jackson, Drummond, Harris, and then, I don't know, same as that.
Okay, so pretty much either Stanley Johnson, well, not Stanley Johnson, but you're gonna have Luke Kennard probably the small forward and Tobias Harris at the power forward. With me, it'll be Reggie Jackson, Avery Bradley, yeah, I almost agree with Zach on this. Luke Kennard at small forward, Tobias Harris at power forward, and Andre Drummond at small forward. Stanley Johnson, to me, has not developed enough shot to be able to start at the small forward as of right now for me.
Yeah, that looks pretty good for me. Also, Stanley Johnson, if he could shoot, would probably be the small forward starting instead of Kennard, but he's just not developed a shot yet. But he can play some defense, but just not quite there yet.
When it comes to their worst and best player for the starting lineup, for me it would probably be Reggie Jackson for how much he's getting paid, $15 million a year. Like Andre Drummond is going to get you 20 and 20. That's not devastating, but that's superstar type of status. 20 points, 20 rebounds a game. That's unbelievable. Can he shoot free throws? No. But Reggie Jackson does not play the point guard that they need, and that's a good driving to the hoop, makes his shots, passes it back out. He tends to stay on the three-point line, shoot the three-pointer, plays defense, doesn't do what he's supposed to be doing at the point guard position. So he's my worst one. And the best one will probably be, based off what I just said, Drummond should probably, based off the stats, would be their best player, but I think Avery Bradley will probably. He's always been an underrated defender. His 3-pointers are getting better every year since he's been in the league for 7 years now. And so I'm going to say Avery Bradley will help them win more games than Drummond will.
It's really funny because I was just thinking the exact opposite. And I was thinking Avery Bradley is just going to be a hindrance. The championship quality team of Celtics got rid of him for a reason. I just don't see him, especially like just getting traded like that. I don't see him wanting to play strong. Just statistically, it's hard to say Drummond isn't the best player. His rebounding decreased last year, but he was still averaging double-doubles almost like the entire season, so.
I'm going to go with best is Drummond and worst being, I don't know. Other than him and Bradley, it could go anywhere.
Let's see, I'll probably go with, as far as the best, Drummond is the best because he can't get you that double-double. And the worst, for starters, I'd probably put it, for right now, be Kennard because he's just, is he a rookie this year?
Yeah, rookie.
Yeah, rookie. And it'll just take a while for him. I don't know if the worst is not maybe the right term, but he's just going to take a while to
Develop.
get developed.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's if he even gets the start.
he may not
Yeah.
want to start, right.
Stanley might end up starting over him.
If that's the case, then it'd be
Just
Stanley
for
Johnson then probably.
experience, period.
Mm-hmm. And that's what probably all four of us will agree on is who's the player that will come off the bench that will end up starting over another player. And for me, that'd be Stanley Johnson, probably over Luke Kennard, just because, again, the experience. Stanley Johnson's a lot more lengthy. He's been in the league for, this is his third year.
Mm-hmm.
I would take Stanley over Kennard eventually because Kennard will start to show his rookie ways eventually. Maybe. I mean, Kennard is a beast, though, in scoring. So that's who I think would eventually come off the bench that would start is Stanley Johnson.
And unless Stanley Johnson gets his thumb out his bum, I don't see that. I could maybe see Moreland pulling up to the starting spot and Harris going back to his natural small forward. Just because he's a big-bodied power forward and he's decent at rebounding, helps block out the paint, it clear the way for Drummond to get the rebounds if necessary.
I have no idea.
Okay. And a team that you probably don't know much of, that's no worries.
I would probably go
I
with,
do have
oh,
a
go ahead.
nice potential trade for them, though.
Oh.
Okay. I'll probably go with person coming off the bench would probably be Stanley Johnson for Kennard. Because really, he won't come in for Tobias Harris, of course, because he's Tobias Harris is a lot better than Kennard. I'm sorry, than Stanley Johnson.
Yeah.
So that's the only one I could really see.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about Reggie Bullock, if he would end up coming off the bench for maybe. Well, no, he's not good enough. But yeah, that's who I'd take.
What really happened?
Stanley Johnson.
Johnson.
Okay. Who would like to be the starters?
Yeah, mine's the same.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
Because honestly, I really don't think Kennard's gonna start. I just it's just there's not really much of anything else, and his potential I feel like is a lot higher.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. One time I would say maybe eventually they trade away Drummond for. That's another subject. Yep. I don't know what I'm doing.
Getting ahead of yourself.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm pretty much going the same lineup as myself.
Same with mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with me.
The record 37-45. You got a better shooter in Luke Kennard. Defensively, he's pretty much Avery Bradley's pretty much an older version of Caldwell Pope to me. Good defender, decent 3-point shooter. 37-45. I didn't see them winning.
The East got significantly weaker.
True.
I see them going pretty close to 500.
Okay.
Because they have especially if Kiner can get himself going, they have a pretty well balanced all around team.
Yeah, I could see them going 41-41. I'd go 40-42.
I'm going 39 and 43.
Okay.
I would probably go also 41 and 41. The one thing that they have, which should be helpful, is Van Gundy should be a lot better coach than what he showed last year. He's a pretty decent coach, so he should at least give him to 500, if not maybe a little bit better, because he does know how to coach. It's just last year was just a bad season for them, especially being in the East.
Yeah, Drummond just played bad last year
Yeah.
too. Like that hurt so much. Like
Yeah, he didn't dominate as well as he
Yeah.
normally does. Yeah,
And Reggie Jackson, wasn't he hurt almost all of last year too? He didn't.
I think so. Langston Galloway did play a lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I
They
mean,
had
like,
a weird season.
Mhm.
They just had a really weird season. They should have made the playoffs, and they should have done a lot better than what they did. They were very under what's the right word? Where you're underachieving.
underachieving, yeah.
Yeah.
Player that might get traded by the end of the trade deadline, before the trade deadline. And Taco has his trade. Let's
So,
go ahead and hear it.
I'm looking at this article.
Okay.
I don't think this will really happen, but it would benefit them. It's a 3-team trade. It's the Clippers, Pistons, and Cavs. So the Clippers would get Drummond, Stanley Johnson, and future first-round pick. Pistons would get Kyrie Irving and Tristan Thompson. Cavs would get DeAndre Jordan and Reggie Jackson.
That's not a bad lineup. That's not bad. It's not a bad trade.
That's an interesting
Yeah.
trade.
I don't
Kyrie
see-
Irving and Tristan Thompson. That
I
with
see the
this
rest
squad?
of it happening, but DeAndre Jordan would be the hard part to have him leave. Getting him to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting Drummond for Jordan, so that's
a
I
wash,
mean,
isn't it?
it's
kind of like
it's pretty close to a wash. You get rebounding versus
and they're both awful free throw
defense,
shooters.
yeah.
Well, Jordan would go to the Cavs. Pistons
Oh.
would get Irving and Thompson.
yeah. But like
For the
you
Cavs.
were saying for the Clippers to lose Jordan is what
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, they would get Drummond.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they would
Yeah.
get Drummond.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
They wouldn't really. I mean, they would be so small. Like I just couldn't see that.
They would have
And they would.
Kyrie,
I mean, I guess
Thompson, Avery.
getting Kyrie, but losing Drummond and Jackson, that'd be rough. But I mean, I've already said it when we were talking about Cleveland. If Kyrie goes to another team in the East, they're instantly playoff candidate.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's Irving.
Yeah.
Kyrie. I mean, he won the game. Won the last game for them to win the title.
Yeah.
What about you, Zach? Who do you think will eventually get traded by the trade deadline?
I like Stanley Johnson being traded, honestly. For what? For who? To where? I don't know.
Golden Cliff.
Yeah. Getting a more like a veteran player-ish small forward, I think would benefit them a lot. Especially that way you can let Luke come off the bench and not have to throw him to the Wolves to start.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna keep Stanley Johnson. I'm gonna trade Tobias Harris for a better power forward myself. His rebounding's good, but he has yet to develop into what the Magic had drafted him at like the 4th pick. So I would trade him for a better power forward if I were the Pistons.
Yeah, I was thinking about Tobias Harris. He's awfully a good candidate for other teams.
22 years old.
Yeah, how old?
22.
He's only 22.
Yeah.
Wow, seems like he's been around forever. But
Yeah.
he's a good enough player. They could get some somebody really decent for him. So just depends. See, a lot of it's got to do with money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot to do if they're going to tank.
I don't know when you looked that up, but he's 25.
He's 25?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Well,
still, I mean, it's still a pretty
he's
young
still
age.
a young guy.
Still really young.
yeah, but I think he's a candidate because he's
It's
an awfully
close.
good player. He's an awfully good player. So
Mm-hmm.
I could see him leaving. Now, John Lure, even though nobody really hears about it, he's making, what did we say he's making? Like 16?
16, 15 more. 15
He's making a lot of
million?
money.
He's making a lot more than
Yeah.
a John Lure should.
I can
Yeah.
see where they'd want to get rid of that salary, but
Yeah, but
I don't know if
who
anybody's
would
going
wanna
to take
take
him
it?
on.
No.
Yeah. But it really just depends on what the record is and how well they're doing. If they're not doing very well at all, then just about anybody's
Anybody's
open for
a-
trade.
yep.
Yeah. Maybe not Bradley because they just got him, but there's
The only person I really could see them not trading at the trade deadline that's not available is Luke Kennard, just because they drafted him at the
right. Since he's a rookie,
yeah rookie and he's
there's no real
Young
reason
and-
to trade him
yeah,
right now.
no.
Yeah.
I wanted the Pacers to grab him so
Yes.
bad.
I know. It was so close. They're really close to getting him. Yeah.
all right. With that being said, that was the Pistons, and we are on to
Grossness.
Yay!
Golden State Warriors. All right, we got Matt Barnes, Jordan Bell, Chris Bozier, Omri Caspi, Ian Clark. Well, he is a free agent, so we don't know if he'll be able to come back to the Warriors.
I hope he comes back.
That'd be pretty nasty for them to have him still.
Yeah.
Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala, Damian Jones, Sean Livingston, Kevin Looney, James Michael McAdoo, Patrick McCaw, JaVale McGee, Zaza Pachulia, Klay Thompson, David West, and Nick Young. Their record was 67-15, being the first seed in the Western Conference. All
I'm
right.
just gonna say now they're gonna get better.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't. Yeah. I mean, they got Nick Young. They got him.
Why do you have Sean Livingston listed as a power forward?
You? Oh fuck. And I have his I
It's
capitalized.
capital I.
Oh man.
And you got
That's all right.
you got Looney
We'll work
listed
around it.
as a small forward. That's probably
Oh
where.
shit.
We'll work around it.
All right.
That's
Anyways, it's a
probably
point.
what it was. Is
Yeah,
you
he's
got Looney
kind of a
mixed
skinny
up
guy
too.
for a
Yeah.
Or for
Point guard. My apologies, everybody. It's supposed to be a point guard for Sean Livingston. Okay, my starting five is. I mean,
No.
it's
It's Sean Livingston starting. We all know that.
okay. Sean Livingston.
Starting point guard or power forward. Sorry.
Stephen Curry,
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and Zaza Pachulia. Just pretty much the exact same thing that they did last year. I mean, there's not going to be a whole lot changing when it comes to any of this roster.
It's totally going to be Sean Livingston, Jan Clark, Omri Caspi. Let's put Iggy at power forward, and then you got McGee at starting center. You know, you got to have the Shatak and a Fool Hall of Famer on there.
Okay. That's Zach's starting five.
Yeah, no way. It's just.
It's
gonna
the
be a
same as it
repeat,
was
yeah.
last year.
Last year,
yeah.
yep.
I know it sounds crazy, but I would almost put like Durant at center, take Zaza out, so then you could play Iggy at the same time.
That'd be pretty nasty.
I mean, Durant is 7 foot tall, so.
Yeah, he's just so skinny.
Like
It's just hard for
He
him
probably
to.
won't post up as
That's-
much as
No.
Zaza, but he's
No.
gonna get the same amount of rebounds.
Right.
I just don't like Zaza starting.
Usually what they do is put Draymond Green at center, and then they throw Durant at power forward and Sean Livingston at small forward.
Yeah.
That's what they usually
Any
do.
of them at center
Yeah.
to make it work. They can
Yep.
put Curry at center.
Well, that's why they all play. Well, they play at the 3-point line. That's why they don't play
It's spread offense.
inside out, right?
Okay, so here's the deal. There's no point of doing the player that's
Worst.
coming off the bench that could possibly start. There's nobody. I mean, again, Zaza. I guess we could go and have
Yeah.
him slide to the bench and put. We can do that, but they're not going to do that.
Iggy is the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iggy. Let's just go ahead and let's get right to the record.
Or if
Whoa,
Curry,
whoa, whoa! What
If-
about best and worst?
Oh yeah, that's what
Oh,
players
if
have.
Really?
Curry gets hurt,
Really?
I feel like we can skip the worst part because that's pretty obvious. It's going to be Zaza.
Yeah.
if Curry gets hurt, I'd like to see Clark start if he comes back.
If he starts. If he starts, he comes back. So far, I guess Timberwolves are looking at him right now. I guess Ian Clark.
He's a great backup for Curry.
Oh yeah. I guess we'll go ahead and I guess we can go try out the worst player of the starting five of the.
Zaza.
I mean, well,
Zaza.
not
Yeah,
yeah.
Zaza.
Okay, well, I meant more of the best players.
So, do we pick the Finals MVP
I'm going Durant's best.
or the leading scorer for the team over the course of the last handful of years?
Durant's the best.
Durant's the best. Curry, Curry's just, he doesn't show up in the playoffs as
Curry is
hard
better
as
without Durant.
he needs to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like last year, like Iggy taking, or 2 years ago when they won the championship, Iggy taking
Finals MVP.
the
Yeah,
MVP
yeah.
from Curry, like
Yeah.
it just that's not something.
Yeah, he did
that
disappear. Curry did disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
That's why I think he won't be the worst player. Curry will be, but
Oh yeah,
When it comes-
Zaza. I mean,
yeah, Zaza. But Kevin Durant will be better than Curry because defensively, when it comes to
Yeah.
Curry, he is atrocious.
Well, let's get that straight. That Durant's only good at defense because the same position is like 4 inches shorter than him.
That's true.
He blocks a lot.
That's
He blocks a lot of their
Yeah.
shots. Yeah.
Wingspan is tall, like
Yeah.
longer than he is tall.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is that he also just plays power forward too once in a while when they slide Draymond Green to center. So he again is playing against 7-footers his size. So
Big and
He-
strong, a lot stronger.
and then Curry, he has
Yeah,
to hide
but-
behind Klay Thompson's.
Power forwards are
Defense,
so much
though.
slower.
different than they were.
Durant.
Yes. It's yeah.
And so I'll go with maybe I'm not maybe, but Kevin Durant is going to probably be
Yeah,
the best
Kevin
player.
Durant would be their best. But let's face it, guys. When Steph Curry gets hot,
Oh yeah,
there's really nobody in
you just gotta
basketball
break
that
his
Nobody.
legs to-
outshoot Steph Curry. So
The only one
I-
that can outshoot Curry when he's hot is Kyrie in the finals.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
or
He did it twice.
Corver when he gets
It's
hot
hot, too.
and
Yeah,
gets
Corver,
the
yeah.
corners.
Oof. When Corver, if he hit 2 shots in a row, you might as well just end the game. That's the whole
Corver
difference.
hits those corners. It's
Better than just about anybody. Yeah.
Where you got on
Record.
record? Because who?
I'm gonna say they lose 7.
Wow. That's
So I'm going with
wow.
7 losses
75
for the
and
Golden
7.
State Warriors.
That breaks the record.
Okay.
Let's go 70-12.
Okay.
Just,
That's what I thought about it a little bit.
The West is so much tougher.
Oh,
than the
yes,
East
never anymore.
That and a lot of it depends again on
yeah, but when
resting
you
or
got the Western Conference All-Star team on your
on your team.
like
though,
your,
yeah.
your roster,
That's
like,
why I said 7 because even if one of their starters goes down,
They got somebody to
they can
replace
still
them.
win.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they still have 3 other All-Stars,
Yeah.
and they got backup that's
It
decent.
depends. I think it really just depends on how much they want it. If they want to go for the record again, and if they want to
Yeah,
Yeah.
to take time off.
take
Take
time
time
off,
off, yeah.
because I think they're finding out that taking time off isn't as bad a thing as it was trying to go for it,
They
because
did
they
lose.
lost it because they went for it.
They did
That-
lose the 3-point record last year.
Right.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
like what Taco had pointed out, is that Curry, they tend to rest him because of his bad leg.
Yeah.
They can easily slide Kevin Durant at point guard, or
Yeah.
even Draymond Green. They'll allow him to take the ball down
Yeah.
because he gets his rebound, dribbles it down, passes the ball, or makes a shot. He's a really good point forward.
Yeah.
But
Then
I mean,
you know,
see,
we
losing.
kind of forget about Klay Thompson
Oh yeah,
because how great he is. I mean that.
but the thing is that once in one of the playoff games this year, he went 3-14.
Yeah. He kind of got lost a little bit sometimes.
Oh, he does. Oh yeah.
I think Clay has the same problem with Durant as well. Like
They're
Durant
not.
being there
Yeah.
makes those two look bad. But when Durant goes to the bench or he rests, those two are just phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
They play better without him.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
we've
Klay
kind of
Thompson
forgot.
especially.
We've kind of
Because I
forgot.
think Curry, forces himself to give up the ball when Durant's in.
Oh yeah.
When Durant isn't in, he can just be Curry.
Yep.
You know what's happened also, and we haven't talked about him, is Nick Young. The
Yeah.
fact that now he's on the Warriors. If he plays anything near what he should play, as far as shooting, this could be unbelievable because they're not going to put up with crap from him. But he can shoot the lights out of the basketball
I
when
think
he has
they'll
a
get rid
chance.
of him.
I
They
don't
might.
think anybody can shoot as good as Nick Young thinks Nick Young can.
Oh
shoot.
no, he's in his mind he's the best. But
Him walking away after missing that shot, that was so
I
hilarious.
know.
I think they will end up getting rid of him just because of his attitude.
Yeah, see, and that's what it's all to do with his
Him
attitude.
and West aren't going to mesh, and him and Green aren't going to mesh together.
Okay, so Taco has him losing 7 games. Zach has him winning 3 games. What do you have him at?
How much?
Winning 3 more, 70
Oh,
and 12.
70. Boy, so much to do with what the record. If they're going for it, they're going to go for the record, which they
I
might.
mean, if they tried to go for the record, I think they could probably do
Do
it.
it.
I think they
and
can
they take
coast.
so much out of them. See, I
They
think
can
it takes.
coast and still win
It's 70.
60, 70 games.
Yeah.
Like,
I definitely the record what they had this year will be equaled, if not bettered. But if they're up in the standings by any certain significant amount of wins, then they probably won't go for the record
No.
because they're going to try to rest a little bit. But they won it last year, and when they tried for the record, they lost the championship. You don't try for the record, you win the championship. I think they're starting to figure this out that going for records isn't always
Doesn't
the
matter.
best thing to
You gotta win
to
rings.
go for. You got to win the ring, right?
My thing is that the second place team was
Who was it?
San Antonio Spurs. They went 61 and 21. And so that was the second best record. I could see them losing 5 games on purpose, like what we were just discussing on rest, going 62
just sitting,
and 62 and 20. I can see them doing that kind
If
of
they
thing.
can, as long as they can get that first seed, I
Seed,
think they'll
yep.
play just win as
Resting.
many games as they have to do. But
Yep, I think we all agree that, like what
They
Dad
can
was
do
just
it.
my dad was just pointing out, is that any record that gets them the first seed, they'll go and they'll win that way.
just throwing this out there.
Uh-huh.
Curry and Thompson are the number 1 and number 2 most made 3-pointers last year.
Wow.
They combined for 592.
Wow. That's
Made
amazing.
threes?
That is amazing.
What's the
Made threes
what's the record for threes in a game?
in a
I
game.
don't remember.
I know the Cavs got it.
I know the
Finals.
Cavs.
Yeah.
took that in-
25 or 26 or
I
something
say
like
it was
that.
20
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Curry, the past like 3
Years
years, has made the most 3-pointers.
Yeah.
He had like 320 this year, or something like that.
Yeah. Made.
Yeah. He makes a.
They shoot
like,
more.
He has like
three-pointers than-
300s.
Yeah.
For about 3 years.
They make more 3-pointers than some teams even shoot in a season.
Season, yep.
Yeah.
Just between those two.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This should be an interesting one.
And then you also have
Right.
the Kane McGee start over Zaza.
JaVale McGee. Yeah.
I think
Because McGee was great in the finals.
I think the Javal McGee over Zaza is not a bad option, but Zaza has more defensively. For me, I would say Zaza would start over Javal when it comes to that.
I think McGee has more speed and athleticism.
Yes.
So they can.
But he does some
they can do
goofy,
alley-oops
he
and
does
stuff
goofy
with him.
plays, and that's the thing. But the thing is, what's good about this team is what they do is they use them both. If they foul, they both foul so much that it doesn't matter. Because
Yeah.
Zaza, if he gets 3 fouls, then McGee comes in, and he'll get 3. But they use all 12 of their fouls. You know what I'm
And
saying?
the thing is-
Because they're foul guys.
The thing with that is that both of those two don't need to be playing either because they can, again, slide Draymond
Yeah.
Green to
They
center and then
You can
have a
interchange
don't
liner.
need
everybody on
Yeah.
this team
Yep.
and be fine.
Yeah. Because we're kind of forgetting about, like you said, Ian Clark.
Their B team is
Better than most A. Yes,
Yep.
exactly. McCaw's a tremendous player.
Oh, yeah, tremendous one.
David West could start. Well, probably still starting a lot of teams.
Mm-hmm.
Really, if McAdoo's going to be a good one.
Okay, so what is one player that might get traded by the trade deadline?
Klay Thompson. Wow. Zach
Yeah.
I can
throws
see
out
that.
there.
Yep.
They've been talking about trading him for the
Forever.
last 2 years.
Yeah.
I just see them getting tired of talking about it and doing something.
I could see Clay or Iggy because Iggy almost didn't take a contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah. Well,
The fact that they re-signed him, I don't think they're gonna get rid of him. They would have just got rid of him.
Yeah, they were just letting him walk. Yeah.
They
I
may be
mean-
using him as like a bargaining tool,
Yeah.
Man.
like putting him and Thompson together or something.
who do you have?
Because everyone knows.
I would go
Cavs
with
are-
Klay Thompson also, just
Klay
because
Thompson, yeah.
he's been
can
talking
get-
like this for the
plus you
past
can-
2 or 3 years.
plus you
Like
could get
the
some-
Kyrie talks, it's just
It wears on the team a
He
lot.
wants
Yeah.
to go somewhere else.
Maybe be more of a star himself
Yeah.
instead of it. Yeah, he.
I mean, I don't really see them getting much, if anything, to make the team better though.
Right.
Oh no, they won't. Just
Yeah.
get more
Like,
pieces
he's like
for him,
the
maybe.
Second, third best shooting guard in the entire league.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get anybody that's better than him.
You can also see like McGee leaving, getting traded.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, McGee or Pachulia, actually. Either one of them.
Really, any of the not starters.
Yeah.
Like, it could be, like Matt Barnes could go.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets
Caspi,
traded. He gets
yeah.
traded a lot.
Just
Clark
the,
hasn't
those
signed
three in the upper middle there are the only three that I don't see.
Green, Durant, and Curry. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody else is pretty much
Tradable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, like you guys said earlier, Nick Young probably could get traded pretty easy.
Yeah.
If not let go, but he may get traded.
I think they'll end up just letting him go.
They may
Yeah.
just let him go because they've already got enough guards to last a lifetime.
I mean, they've got everything so that they can just spread the ball
Did
out.
they get
Clark,
Nick Young?
Caspi, Young.
Did they get Nick Young before Iggy signed?
Yeah.
I think they
So I
think
wonder
they
if
did.
they got him for Iggy's
to help
spot,
to keep. Yeah. I
and
know what
then
you're saying.
Iggy ended up signing. I don't know.
I'm not sure either. With that being said, that is the Golden State Warriors. We are moving on to the Houston Rockets. We got the Houston Rockets. Ryan Anderson, Trevor Ariza, Tarek Black, Bobby Brown, Clint Capella, Eric Gordon, James Harden, Isaiah Hardenstein, Nene Hilario, Sean Long, Luke Mbamute, Cameron Oliver, Chinanu Anuaku Blaku, Chris Paul, Zhao Ki, Tim Quarterman, Isaiah Taylor, PJ Tucker, Jared Uthoff, Troy Williams, and the record was 55-27. That's a pretty good record for being the third seed.
Yeah. Wow.
Who would like to go first on the starting five?
I don't really think the starting five is in too much of a question. The only real one that I would think might be in question would be center, just because you got the veteran versus the young player, but it's gonna be CP3, Harden, Ariza, Anderson, and then I like Capella to start over Nene.
Yeah, that looks like the same for me. I can't see anybody else starting ahead of those guys. I don't know enough about Black. Is that what you're saying? Black.
Tark Black.
No, I've
He
never-
was a kid. He was a kid from the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, when you're not good enough to be on the Lakers, you're not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's kinda bad.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Capella. It's for me for center. So
I'm going the same as Zach.
yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Like what Zach said, the only position really is the center position for Clint Capella, but his pick and roll offense is
And
exceptional.
he can really
yeah, he's very athletic.
good at the rim, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, they used him most of last year as their center, so
I don't see
them
changing.
starting Nene over him.
I would really like to see Troy Williams start, but I can't see him over Ariza.
No,
Unless-
not yet.
Unless Ariza gets hurt or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Worst player in the starting five again.
Would probably be Ariza for me, just because he's on the older side, and the things that he did well are things that younger people tend to do.
Yeah.
He might be able to work on his shot, which was never one of his strong suits, but his
He still
defense-
shoot threes.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
defense has slipped. He was a decent 3-point shooter.
Mhm.
Um,
But his overall game on the offensive side is not the best.
Yeah.
and still going with Harden, like being the best.
Best.
That's
Yes.
it's a close call between him and CP3, but CP3 is on the down, and Harden's been going so up.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Harden for the best player, and worst would probably be Ariza. Just because he just comes down, sets up at the 3-point line, and hopes he gets his shot. He reminds you a little bit of a guy on Cleveland.
Oh, J.R. Smith?
Well, no, the taller one, not Williams. Comes down and shoots threes.
Channing Frye.
Yeah, Fry. He kind of reminds you of Fry a little bit, where he's
Yeah.
kind of a one-dimensional player. He just comes down and shoots three. But if he's hitting them, that's great. But when it comes to the defensive end or the rebounding, he first forward, he doesn't get any rebounds, and he's just on a downward slide.
I remember watching Rockets versus Thunder, and I remember watching Ryan Anderson make 3 3-pointers in a row to score 9 points to get him back in a 1-point lead over the Thunder. When he catches
He hits
fire,
the ball, yeah,
woo,
he can hit. He's making, what do we see?
20?
Some
16
ungodly
million?
amount, 18.
Yeah,
Godly amount?
Ryan
Yeah.
Anderson. Yeah, he's making ridiculous money.
I've never
Yeah.
seen a guy
16 or
do
20
so
million.
little
something like
make so much money.
that. Yeah.
Like, if he was a better rebounder, I could maybe understand it. But
He's
it's
just really a 3-point shooter, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
he really is. And
He's
his
the
his point totals haven't even been near what they are paying him.
I would probably
Like,
consider him the most overpaid player in basketball because
he's
that's
definitely up there.
unbelievable. I was stunned when I saw how much money he's making. Who do you have?
Harden best and Ariza worst.
Or
I
is it-
think
yeah.
Chris Paul's going to make Harden even better.
Better even if that.
So
who's?
Harden doesn't have to force as much. He can just play.
That's what I say. Okay, let's go off topic a little bit. Who's going to be the one bringing the ball down the court? Is it going to be Chris
Oh,
Paul?
they've already talked
Oh,
that
Harden.
they're splitting that.
Are they going to split it?
They're gonna ride the hot hand and alternate between playmaking and
Okay.
scoring.
Because Harden really came into his own since he's gotten the ball in his hand all the time.
Yep.
But
He's really a
CP3
shooting guard, but without
Yeah, I know.
having a true point on
Guard.
the team, he developed it.
Yeah, and he can set up his shot better than just about any. Well, I think better than anybody in basketball because he does that darn
Oh, nice crossover.
Yeah, crossover that is.
Yep.
And okay, not being I'm a big fan, but yet I don't know about you guys, but it's this crossover thing and the way they're dribbling, and Kyle and I have talked about it, has become a little bit like carrying the ball.
It's a travel.
It's a
Like
travel.
this.
Okay.
You carry it.
Harden's bad.
He's
about
really
that.
good. He grabs the ball underneath and
Yeah.
pulls it up, and you're not supposed to do. They're not
Harden ain't
dribbling the ball anymore. Who?
Westbrook. He
Westbrook does it. It seems like a lot of guys are doing
Isaiah
it.
Thomas.
Isaiah
A lot of the
Thomas.
point
They
guards.
showed it last
The
year.
only person.
Isaiah Thomas was actually
Yeah,
underneath
Isaiah
the
got
ball.
called on it a lot too.
Yeah, and they're getting to that point now where they're all
But yeah,
carrying the ball.
LeBron can take 2 dribbles and make it all the way down the court.
Yeah, that's true. I just, for some reason, seeing Harden do that crossover is almost unfair because if you're holding the ball and while you're instead of dribbling, it's not fair to the defender because you can't stop a guy that's not
like holding the ball.
right.
You can't swipe at
right.
it.
If you're it's called carrying. It used to be called carrying in the old days. I don't call it because nobody ever calls it anymore.
No.
But you kind of hold it with your arm outstretched
Like this,
and pull it across your body, and that's
They kind of
called the illegal. They're actually carrying it, or whatever you want to call it.
By the way,
It's like palming it.
Palming it. Yeah.
Last year was when Ryan Anderson signed his contract. 4-year, $80 million.
So $20 million a year, right? Unbelievable for a guy that's never. I don't know what his career average is. Probably
It's
10,
like
15, maybe
15
15
and 5. Like,
he's got the greatest contract
like
in basketball
It's terrible.
history. Because I've never been a big fan, but he's all right. He's a decent 6-man even. But as far as $20 million a year,
The only person that I saw that actually did the right ball handling was John Wall. He's one of the best ball handlers in my opinion.
Yeah.
He actually does the right
dribbling,
way.
well,
of
when you
dribbling.
actually dribble the ball, I think something's have to give here because it's not basketball much anymore. It's almost like carry the ball down the court with both hands.
They were talking
and don't
about
dribble.
it last year because of Isaiah Thomas.
Thomas is so bad about it. He was actually underneath the ball.
Yep.
And I just think it's taken away a lot from it's become so offensive now. Instead of the poor defender doesn't have a chance because he can't stop a guy. Before in the old days, you used to be able to
swipe at
the ball and get in it.
This.
And now they hold it so well that you can't even hit it out of their hand. It's almost like they're palming it, like Tapas. Yeah, it just drives me nuts. And I think Harden needs to. I don't think it's going to happen, but they need to come up with something.
Have the new. They're looking into like the pick play. Basically, they're
moving screens.
Yeah, it's a
moving screen. Yeah.
And
where they don't really ever set still, they just kind of go
with the
player.
Yeah, they're doing like the old Reggie Miller. You get the pick and you go around.
Right.
It's a moving screen, and they're basically just pushing the defender out of the way.
That's a good point too.
Yep.
The basketball's become a very offensive game now instead of a poor defenders don't have a chance. I mean, they just don't get to play like they used to. Yeah, I had to go on my soapbox there a little bit. It just drives me nuts seeing them carry the ball. Good old dribbling used to be. See, you guys aren't very old,
It used
but
to be dribbling.
Yeah, there's a guy named Bob Cousy.
Oh,
Played
that
for
guy.
the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
And he was like a Harlem Globetrotter. He could dribble the ball so low to the ground and that he could stay away from his defenders, and they could still try to steal it, but nobody dribbles like that anymore.
No.
You never saw Bob Cousy do a crossover, hold the ball for 3 seconds and carry it over to the other side, then you carry it back over to the other side. The poor defender doesn't get a chance to even stop the dribble. I think it's Harden has mastered it. He's a master of the crossover dribble.
Yep.
I mean, we'll watch him this year, and you'll find it. When he dribbles with his left hand, he'll go all the way across his body to his right hand, and somehow the ball didn't hit the ground. And it goes to his right hand, and then it goes right back, and you're thinking, the ball never touched the ground, but he somehow got 4 feet closer to the basket. I don't know how that happened.
With me, it's going to be kind of a shocking thing. My worst player and possibly my best player is either going to be Chris Paul or James Harden because
depending on
how they do with each other, the ball handling, who's going to carry it the most. Like what Zach said, though, whoever's having the hot hand is going to...
Yeah, if they can switch it back and forth between the two of them, that's great.
I think probably Chris Paul in the end will not play as well as they expected him to.
I think they're both going to do really well. I think their chemistry is going to be great because Chris Paul doesn't have a ring.
That's what I was thinking. The same thing.
He knows
Chris Paul wants to win the ring.
He has to be a team player to even make it to the finals.
Yeah. I think it's going to be. This will be one of the biggest challenges of
Chris Paul's
their careers
because
he's going to have to give up some of his stardom for Harden. I think, and if he can do that, they could be tremendous.
It's like, do you want the ring or
do you want to be the stats or the star?
I would like to argue about you saying that whoever's not the best out of the two is going to be the worst. Like, just their shooting abilities alone would top the other three players, even if they stood around, like, between...
Well,
Harden
yeah,
and
obviously
Paul.
Yeah.
Ryan Anderson or probably
Like-
or Ariza would be the worst.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Or
Like,
any.
Who knows if Chris Paul is going to be able to shoot that three-pointer
But
as well.
if both of them get selfish, it could make them both look bad.
They
Yeah.
could be, yeah.
Because with Chris Paul, we don't know.
If
His-
how well he's
If they
going to
both
take.
get selfish, I think they're just going to separate them.
It's going to hurt.
Yeah.
It's going to hurt them
And they're
bad.
both just going to, one's going to take the bench and one's going to take
Yeah.
starters.
Yeah, it's
And
hard to have
social media
two.
will blow up.
Yeah.
It's getting hard to have 2 point
If
guards
you
on the same
bench
team.
guard-
It really is hard.
Chris Paul, he loves the ball.
Yeah, he does.
Guys makes his plays open, and he's been in that his whole career.
If you
I don't-
bench
I don't
one or
s-
the other, you have to bench Chris Paul.
I don't see it happening though. Like I said, I was reading articles and stuff that were talking about them getting together, like in private
Yeah.
and
Working on it. Well, that's good.
and getting-
Okay.
I
think-
think their chemistry.
I think Taco's right. I think Paul had finally decided, hey,
Yeah,
it didn't work in LA. I tried it for all these years,
yeah.
and I was surrounded by pretty damn good players.
Mhm.
But I went with a guy that's like one of the top players in the league, if not, top three.
He had good big men.
Yeah, he did, but he didn't.
He didn't really have anybody else to give the ball
Well,
to.
for
Like,
shooting.
That's why it was Lob
Yeah.
City.
Yeah.
For
It's all
shooting,
Lob
yeah,
City.
there's nobody
Okay.
can shoot from the outside.
No.
Exactly.
No.
He had with Jamal Crawford for a while.
Yeah, Jamal
And,
Crawford could do
Redick.
stuff, but
But-
he got old fast.
Yeah, but
Same with Redick. He can shoot from outside, but he's getting.
well,
he's-
let's
he's
name
getting-
I'm going off script a little bit. Name the guy that's going to come off the bench who'd be the first guy to come off the bench? Not Chris Paul and Harden. They'll be starting, but who would you guys have coming off the bench that will make a difference?
Eric Gordon.
I would say either
Eric Gordon, sixth
or-
man of the year. I
or
forgot
Troy.
about that.
Was that
Or Troy.
Troy Williams?
Troy
Okay.
Williams. Troy Williams had a heck of
Ah.
a spring, or what do you call it? A
The summer league?
Yeah.
Well, he played well.
Eric Gordon
Whatever team he
isn't.
was on last year.
Eric Gordon isn't coming off the bench unless somebody gets hurt.
He'll be
Like,
starting.
No, there's no way he's coming off the bench
Right.
for one of the other two unless somebody gets hurt.
Oh, for
Oh, so you think they're going to play the whole time?
for Harden
Huh?
and Chris
You don't
Paul?
think they'll play all three?
No,
Or-
that would be terrible.
to
So
me-
you're talking they're going to play
Harden and Paul.
Paul the whole time?
What will
Yeah.
Gordon do then?
Gordon will be the sixth man again. Like he's not going to be.
Are you saying like could come into the starting lineup?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
okay.
Or
Oh,
are you
okay.
saying like
Yeah.
I was just,
six
I'm
man?
sorry, I was talking about just coming in off the bench.
Oh,
So it was Gordon.
okay.
It was
Oh,
Gordon.
okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
not as far as
Gordon.
starting.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
no,
was
no,
like,
no,
what?
No, that's my
no.
fault.
Okay.
No.
I thought you meant potential starters.
No,
Like,
no.
Well,
You're
that's
talking like
Just
just
a six
six
man.
man.
And I forgot
Yeah.
about Eric
All right,
Gordon.
so Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I said
yeah,
potential starters would be Gordon and Williams, depending on.
If somebody got hurt or
What
something,
reason
or
is.
Yeah, I
reason.
mean, they would definitely whoever was tired out of Paul, and
So who comes in
Harden.
off the bench for Capella? Will it be Nene or?
it would be Nene.
Nene.
Probably Nene.
Okay.
And then also, don't forget we got PJ Tucker. He
Yeah,
had a
he's
pretty
a-
decent
he's
season
a-
for the Raptors.
Pretty decent player. Yeah, he's not a bad
Where
player.
did Troy come from?
Troy.
What team?
Huh?
Wait,
Williams.
what team was he on last year?
I think he was on
He didn't get drafted.
get
He
the-
got picked up after. Where'd he
Lakers?
go?
Lakers D League, I think.
I want to say it was like Minnesota or something.
Might have been
I don't know.
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies?
Even-
Oh, okay.
Did he even get to play in the pro, or was he just
He played 24 games.
on the pros? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. He's looked good this summer league, though.
He was undrafted last year.
Yeah.
So decent.
I'm thinking though Zhao Key's gonna maybe be a big player.
Big player?
Zhao Key,
What was his stats kind of like, Dad?
fantastic.
Fantastic?
Good
One of the best
player.
ones?
China League. He was tremendous. I didn't even know there was a guy named Zhao Key.
Jeez, Zhao Key.
I don't even know that.
Where did these guys come
I'm gonna have to go with the China
from?
Aokunu. I know.
Anuku
Is
was
actually-
he was in first round last year, I believe, for the Rockets.
for the Rockets.
I just he
Never got a chance to play.
Didn't do a lot. Yeah, that would probably be who I would pick. Just I don't like Anderson.
I know.
But they're not deep. I don't see anybody unless injuries are a thing.
Yeah.
Could you potentially take the big man out and just put all guards?
No, I like Clint Capella. Clint Capella does
he
work.
does. He does stuff.
He's pretty athletic, gets the boards and plays
But like
some defense.
instead of
And
your power forward, you could just plug in another guard.
No.
well, what's good about having Capella in there is that they can't all. If he goes down low, somebody has to guard him.
Mhm.
So that keeps the outside guys open.
Yep.
That helped Harden a lot last year
Yep.
because he could. If
That was his pick and roll buddy.
If they're all guards out there, then they can guard Harden.
If they put in extra guards, Harden would be the one to drop to small, and I just can't see that because Gordon's too little. He's 6'4", and he's just kind of a thin-framed person. Like I couldn't.
There's nobody that powerful. Yeah, nobody powerful enough.
He couldn't handle being small forward.
Okay, record. What are we on to?
If you guys want to, I know Zach probably keep his starting 5. If you would like to maybe have a different lineup than what you thought was going to be the starting 5, like
Mine's the same.
Yeah,
you're the same. Okay.
There's no.
I can't see
I don't see
anybody
any
changing.
possible changes.
Except for, I know Ryan Anderson, but
Yeah, that's the only one I was thinking.
but he can shoot and he's making $20 million a year. It's kind of hard to sit him on the bench.
Yep. I'm going to have probably much
I'd
stick with mine.
almost take Mute over Anderson, but he just
Mute
can't shoot.
has good defense.
He's a decent player.
Mhm.
He just can't shoot like Ryan Anderson.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just go ahead and
With the
keep
same team.
same starting 5. Record 55 and 27. That's pretty decent. Added Chris Paul to the starting 5, and you got Eric Gordon, your 6th man of the year last year. So I don't really see any issues of them not getting to that same record.
I'd
If
give
not,
I'd give him a couple more wins.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. 3
wouldn't-
more wins.
I wouldn't put him over 60, but I wouldn't put him under what they have.
Yeah.
58 and 24 is my record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Sure.
I'll actually go 60 and 22, but obviously a lot of this depends on how well Chris Paul and Harden get along. If they get along great and they start kicking it in, they could easily get 60 wins. The only trouble is they're in the same division with Golden State and San Antonio, so it makes it tough to get. Every team gets 60 wins because somebody has to lose. But Chris Paul, if he's on a mission to get a ring, they're going to be a tough team.
I like the number 56.
56.
So we're going with that.
So one more win?
26.
56 and 26. Okay. Okay. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I need to go and make sure that we are. Yep, we got. Okay. That's what I'm sure. I was
I was
say
we need to get on the move here. We're out of time.
I just want to make sure that we got our volume still working and we got our record recording going. All right. This is probably going to be the longest one of the whole NBA team.
Heartbreak City.
Zach loves this.
All right. So we got Lavoy Allen, Ike Enigbogu, Bojan Bogdanovic, Aaron Brooks, who is a free agent. We do not have him. Darren Collison, Al Jefferson, Corey Joseph, TJ Leaf, Victor Oladipo, Glenn Robinson, DeMontes Sabonis, a waived Kevin Serafin. He is no longer on the team. Mr. Lance Stevenson is not going to be the happiest campers in the least bit. But that's the next person up was Lance Stevenson, Edmund Sumner, Miles Turner, Joseph Young, and Thaddeus Young. Their record was 40 and 42.
No, 42 and 40.
42 and 40. My apologies. That's a not bad
Maybe that's
record.
2 on the win side, right?
Yeah, that's true. 2 more wins. What am I thinking? That's above 500. That's all that matters to me. Anybody want to go first on the starting 5?
Go for it, Zach.
You know Zach's true feelings?
Yep.
That's their starting 5.
I got mine set. If you just
Okay,
want
go
to say.
ahead.
I'm going Collinson, Oladipo, Glenn Robinson, Lance, and Turner.
I've got, let's see,
Lance
Lance.
at power forward? Oh, okay.
I got
Interesting.
I got Lance and Collison as guards. Then I've got Glenn Robinson, Thaddeus
Who
Young,
do you have?
and Miles
Sorry.
Turner.
Sorry, I missed it. Who do you got?
I've got Collison and Lance Stevenson, Miles Turner, Thaddeus Young, and Glenn Robinson. That's
You
his
sitting
Robinson.
Depot?
Boo!
Boo!
You forgot Oladipo.
Oladipo. He's,
That's why I put.
So you're going to put him at sixth man?
That's why I put.
Over Lance?
Depot, and Glenn.
No, I'm going to start Lance.
Okay.
But,
You going to put Darren Collison maybe on the bench instead?
yeah, I'd probably start Oladipo ahead of Collison. Because, see, so much of this depends on Lance. If he's going to bring the ball up the court all the time now, like he did kind of last year.
Depot's not a true point.
But, see, you need Oladipo as a shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have Lance play their point guard.
Okay.
But Darren Collinson's an awful. I mean, he's their point guard, really.
I just can't see Lance as a point.
Well, that's
He's too
kind of what he
awkward.
does, though. Yeah, I know.
Ugh.
He's so awkward.
Ugh.
Well, maybe
Anyway.
last year he did it.
It's
You
gonna.
did?
know.
Anyways.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Collison, Depot, Lance, Young, and Turner.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. And by the
Oh,
way,
that is Thaddeus Young, not Joy.
Joy Young.
Ah!
So who do you have,
I
Kyle,
just
for
don't
your
know
starting
enough about
lineup?
that each other.
Shit.
I plugged in Stevenson there.
Ah,
Okay.
who do you have?
Who is going to be starting for the Indiana Pacers in starting five is going to be Darren Collison, Victor Oladipo, Glenn Robinson, Thaddeus Young, and Miles Turner.
We have Lance coming off the bench.
Lance coming off the bench at sixth man, and then we'll get in that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and let's get into worst and best player. And my worst player the worst player that's for the starting five for
Lance.
me.
Lance.
Lance.
I didn't even mention Lance yet.
He wasn't even starting, yeah.
No, he wasn't starting for me. So man, you
Doesn't
too.
matter.
He's the worst on the entire roster.
He's one of the better ones. Anyways, the worst one.
If anybody says anybody other than Turner for best, you don't know anything about
Oladipo.
basketball.
I'll probably say. Oh, go ahead. Who would you say your worst?
Sorry, keep interrupting.
That's all good.
TikTok.
Shab Taco. Man.
Worst has got to be Robinson.
What are your choices
Yeah.
here? What are you trying to narrow down?
Worst player for my starting five, which was either Darren Collison, Victor Oladipo, Glenn Robinson, Thaddeus Young, or Miles Turner. I think Glenn might actually make some noise. He's not going to be the worst. Well, shit. Thaddeus.
I'll probably say Thaddeus Young myself. I would think. He's not that bad. I'm just saying he's just not a scorer like some of these other guys.
Yeah,
But
he's
Glenn
not going to
Robinson,
do.
Yeah, I know. It's
as
a
much.
tough one. Yeah.
I'm going to say my best is Turner.
Right.
Yep.
My worst will be either Lance or Depot.
That's blasphemy. It's got to be Lance over Depot.
Oladipo was great in college. When he came into the NBA, he wasn't as good as projected.
Honestly, Lance
So I
and
don't know
Oladipo play
what
very
he will do.
similar.
Similar spot. Oh yeah, they do. They play
So
similar.
I don't know how well he's going to do. It could have just been the old team he was on. I don't know.
Anytime you're playing with Westbrook, it's tough to.
Right, you're not going to shine.
You're
over
never going to
Westbrook.
shine
No.
since he takes over
Westbrook, and
everything.
Before that, it
It was on
was
the
Magic.
Magic
with nothing.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah. He can't be the star. He's not going to be the star of the team. Miles
Wait.
Turner's going to be the star. But
Right.
He played with the hair because that's what we call Alfred Payton because that's all he is.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
there.
hair.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
Oladipo is either going to be to me, the second best starter or the worst player.
I think he's gonna feed off of having a true point in Darren Collison in the
He
long.
could.
My worst player is going to be Thaddeus Young. The
Because in
best
college,
player
he
is
had
going
a
to
true
be
point.
Miles
He was really great.
Turner.
So-
Yeah,
My-
I think the same one.
Because Glenn, I think he's going to come.
I think
I think
Glenn's
it'll
gonna
shine a
come-
lot more
I
with
think Glenn's gonna
Paul
come
George
on into
gone.
his own. Yep, I really do.
I just don't think Glenn has the range.
I hope.
Not yet.
No, oh no.
Not yet.
He didn't have that 3-point shooting.
No.
Like
But athleticism is,
off the charts.
I mean, dunk champion. Even though that wasn't the best dunk contest. That's a whole different story. Player off the bench that might start.
With the way this team is right now, there is a lot of options for
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
as
yeah.
we've been talking about.
Yeah.
TJ Leaf could definitely start over Thaddeus Young at
Yeah.
some point.
Yeah.
Glenn Robinson and Lance can definitely switch out for that small forward spot. Darren Collison could just not be as fast as he used to be, and then use the bigger, stronger Corey Joseph to
Yeah.
start. They could even put in Ike. Let's just call him Ike because we don't want to say his last name. As power forward because he's a little center,
And
so
they
he
Google.
could play
And
that.
they
I
Bogle.
didn't heard of him.
He was
When
their
did we get
second
him?
round pick this year.
Oh, okay. Oh, the guy from UCLA. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Well, both their picks were from USC.
Yeah, I'd like to see TJ Leaf be the guy that comes in and takes over.
That'd be
for somebody.
awesome.
I think TJ Leaf would be my pick for wanting to see somebody come in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's so hard. There's
Now,
so many choices.
I saw watching TJ Leaf in the preseason. That guy's got some speed on him,
What are we on?
but
Oh,
the
very.
guy coming off the bench.
Coming off the bench?
Coming off the bench.
Could be a starter.
So I'm going to say, based off my starters, I didn't start Young, so
You
he
scored.
can come up.
Thaddeus Young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
TJ
'Cause
Leaf's
I
up.
put Stevenson in at power forward instead of Young.
Yeah.
So that could easily be switched.
Yeah. Sabonis may end up doing some stuff
No.
off the bench. He's one of the greats.
No.
Who?
He's one of the greats.
He's absolutely
Sabonis?
terrible.
Sabonis.
He played
Sabonis.
20 minutes a game, averaged like 5 and
See
5.
the one that came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, see.
Little default.
It's okay.
I'm pretty,
Kevin Pritchard
Coming
believes
into
in
zone.
him. He believes in him.
pretty sure he's
Sabonis?
classified as a center.
Yeah.
So
Bonus.
Throw this out there.
So then we always still have the great Al Jefferson too.
Oh my. Yeah,
What
that
the
$11 million contract just sitting on the bench.
Speed.
So
Speed.
I'm going to throw this out there.
Okay.
Is it possible for Yogi Ferrell to come to the Pacers?
It is possible, but not probable.
Okay.
Yeah, he
But
went
like,
and.
even if we traded for him, I don't know who we would give up. That's the hard
We all forgot about Bo
Bogdanovich?
John.
Petronovich.
Bogdanovich.
Like, that could be a thing, too. He did a lot, if I remember correctly.
That's what I was going to eventually mention, which I haven't got to my player off the bench.
Ooh, I got one too.
I think Lance coming off the bench
Yeah.
is just too great
Tremendous.
to have him
Yeah.
be coming off the bench. I think Bogdanovich will eventually maybe start over Glenn just because Glenn is a little bit too young. Bogdanovich has several years more experience than Glenn. Lance coming off the bench is just too good for the Pacers. So
You know he's only been in the league for 3 years. right?
Bogdanovich.
well, he's 27 years old. He's been in the
He must have been in the foreign league.
foreign-
He must have been in the
foreign
Russian league or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, it
One
sounds
guy
like
off the
right.
bench, though, I think is Corey Joseph. I think that kid's gonna do some work.
Yeah.
I liked Corey Joseph a lot on the
Yeah,
Raptors.
yeah. Darren Collison may have a real push on his hands from Corey Joseph. So we're looking at. Well, we gotta go to the record here. So
Who would you like to be the stars?
We just did.
Well,
already did that.
well,
Yeah,
we
we
did.
already
Pretty
did
much did
that.
that. Yeah.
Oh, I guess who we would like to be the starting
Oh,
five.
No,
I'd like to be the starting.
Who would
five.
like to be the starting
Uh,
five?
Go
I
ahead.
feel like Tacos was a very I would like this. Lance at starting power
Power
forward.
forward, yeah.
Yay!
Mine's the same. I really like Collison coming in, and I would definitely start him over Joseph.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my original just because it's awesome.
And then Oladipo, what was it? Oladipo, Lance, Young, and Turner.
Yeah.
Allison.
For me, it would be Corey Joseph.
This is who you'd like to start.
Yeah, start. Corey Joseph, Victor Oladipo. Ooh, this is going to be a twist. Okay, so Darren Collison, Victor Oladipo, TJ Leaf, Thaddeus Young, and Miles Turner. That is a big-ass lineup.
That's fast.
But it's fast. TJ Leaf, if you watch him in the summer league, he is fast. He's a little bit scrawnier, so it'd be 7-foot guy. Like that'd be fun. That'd be very entertaining to see that kind of a lineup. For me, it's my starting five I like to see. That'd be very fun. Gross. Okay. Anyways, then on to that ogre in the back.
What's that?
Are we on record?
Record down.
Record 42-40. We lost.
Pacers are going to go undefeated all season. Greatest team ever.
Whoa, you went from hating the Pacers a couple weeks ago to loving them. You were undefeated.
I don't hate the Pacers. I hate Pacers management.
Oh, you hate Pritchard? Man, some people. Look at Demonis Bonus because of him now.
I know.
One of the best power forwards of all time.
He's terrible.
Okay,
What's the record,
42-40.
I love that Oladipo came to the Pacers, but I think we should have tried a lot harder for Kyrie.
I think we should have tried for something worth getting rid of Paul George for.
Yeah, that
And
was.
honestly, I still don't think we should have even gotten rid of Paul George and made a push to get a championship team going, and maybe he would have stayed.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Because he even said that winning would be
More important than going to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, winning the East is a very feasible task.
Hmm?
Especially if Kyrie leaves Cleveland.
Right?
He just keeps talking.
I noticed. Loves to talk.
So
Because
record,
I like Paul George better than LeBron James.
I'll give him the same.
42-40? I can see that actually, to be honest.
Yeah.
Very doable.
Very doable, 42-40.
In the East.
I was thinking a couple more, but I just.
What place did
I
they
just
come?
don't
What?
really see
What?
it.
We were
They were
seventh.
seventh,
Seventh in the. Well, Boston's gotten
By
better.
like a game or
Boston, Cleveland.
That's it.
I'm trying to think who's
That's it.
that much better. Washington.
Yeah.
Washington and the Raptors haven't gotten any worse.
Worse. So we're looking maybe 7th seed again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could say the record. See, it's gonna be. We may have a hard time getting to 42 wins this year since when you lose Paul George, it really makes it tough because you're counting on Lance Stevenson and Oladipo to lead your team. Miles Turner, of course, will be our top player, but even he will have a hard time getting us to 42
Looking at
wins.
it,
What scares me is their promotional video for the new floor. Stevenson was the only one in the video.
Wow. So they're trying to build around him.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, that's scary.
Which is scary.
the only team like that I could really see kicking the Pacers out of the playoff picture would honestly be the 76ers if Fultz
It can really
played.
come through. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 76ers could be a good team.
Yeah.
JJ Redick on that team now? 1 year,
Yeah.
$23
They
million?
had a good
Yeah.
That's
team
not
last
bad.
year, but they had too many people sit.
Yeah.
Because after that,
Who else?
you've got Chicago. They're not going to do anything.
No.
Miami's not really going to do anything.
Pretty good. That's
Yeah.
what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Detroit, Charlotte is a decent team, but they just.
There's a lot of mediocre teams. What you're saying.
If Malik Monk comes back from his injury
Yeah.
and plays like they say he's going to, it could happen.
No. Yeah.
Orlando and Brooklyn are the other two. Orlando, Brooklyn, and New York are the other teams,
Wow.
and they're
So-
not going to take the Pacers.
So really, we have a good chance of hitting the top 8. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can see.
I mean, it's
And our
gonna
record
be,
could be about the same because other teams are
it's
so
going
big.
to be 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Maybe we could sneak into 6 because Atlanta topped us this year, and they're definitely not going to do
No,
that.
they're awful.
They're rebuilding.
They're
Yeah.
really bad.
Where did Raptors end up?
Third.
Third.
Third?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Say I know
I,
That's right,
this
yeah.
A few times.
with the two superstar talents, I think they can still
They'll stay there.
Yeah.
They'll stay.
Mm-hmm.
Those two guards together.
And for them to get rid of that Damari Carroll contract that was
Yeah.
atrocious, that's pretty huge for them. With me, I would have to go with 42 and 40. I don't see why we can't, but that Western Conference got significantly more stacked, and the teams that we did beat that were in the Western Conference, they are better than what they were then. So I don't know
We have
about
more
42 and
losses.
40.
We have more losses because the West is
But
But
the
we're
teams
still
that
gonna-
were stacked.
We're still going to get a seed in the playoffs, even though.
I would
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Oh yeah, no. I'd say 41 and 41 is my record.
The only thing I hope for is that Miles Turner doesn't get
Broken?
worse. He's not going to get worse.
Knock on wood.
Thank
Oh,
you.
but the fact that he's going to be the
Guy.
player
Yeah.
now, if he depends on how he takes to it, this could really be a great year or just an awful year.
I like
for him.
Paul George before he knew he was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's the
same here.
key.
Yeah.
Like,
When you're
before
trying
he
to be
broke his
good
leg.
is a lot better than when you're good.
I think team chemistry is going to be crazy
Very
key
important.
this year.
Very important. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 new players
Yeah, that's
out
tough.
of 15.
That's
like,
tough. Yeah.
That's
And your
Really hard to pull that together.
leader
Is Paul
is gone.
yeah.
Yeah, now you got Lance
William
Stevenson.
Stevenson.
I know.
Stevenson and Turner being the leading.
We all-
Turner's not going to be the leader yet.
not really.
Not yet,
Lance
at least.
Stevenson,
I definitely think it's going to go to Collison.
Collison probably, yeah.
Which really stinks because
I
he's
can-
not a commanding leader.
I would say I could see him as
But
a
neither was
veteran,
Paul
but
George.
I don't think he could hold together chemistry or
No.
control
No.
a locker room.
No.
It's going to be a.
I think that was one of the issues with Paul being the leader as well.
Yeah.
He tried, but he wasn't
Vocally,
like, he's not
demanding.
vocal. He's just
He just wants to
likes
give me the
play.
ball.
Yeah,
I want to
he
go
was
and win
the
the game.
superstar. He
Right.
was just like, give me the ball and I'll do
Right.
stuff.
The only one I could see controlling a locker room or the team is Stevenson.
Yeah.
But
Because he's definitely
I don't
vocal.
want-
Outgoing
I
guy.
don't want to see him do
I
it.
know.
No, just
I think Thaddeus Young can do a decent
yeah,
job of that.
it's not bad.
But that's if he can keep his starting position over TJ Leaf, who's
It'll be kind of tough on him if he
super
Yeah.
talented,
sits on the bench.
It's hard.
I think in like 2 more years, I could see Turner possibly starting to get more vocal and because he's very charismatic. He
Oh,
has his
yeah,
own
Very outgoing kid, yeah.
he has his own
But
clothing
Kyle-
line and
Kyle and I have talked about this. The same thing could happen to Turner that happened to George. He'll become this now maybe not quite superstar, but he'll go to his first All-Star game.
start to get a
and he'll
big head.
Get a little
Yep.
bigger head, and he'll want to go.
Yep.
Because he won't be on a championship
Chip team. Yep.
So
I can
it
see
may
it.
be it for a couple of years, and then Turner's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
Because unless they build around him, unless he, I don't know. This gonna be tough.
Our management's just not very good at building.
No.
Yeah.
Zach seems to like him.
I
Most.
Our management
Most.
staff.
Yeah, Zach loves him,
Yeah.
but I don't see why. I just like him because we got Oladipo. That's it.
there was so much they could have done this offseason, and they just really brought in a B team.
Yeah.
Like
They did.
they
Yeah.
could have.
It does look like they kind of sold. What's the right word? They
They just kind of settled.
settled. Yeah.
settled for middle of the pack.
They could have gotten more for Paul George and
They definitely could have
Oladipo
more
and-
from Paul George.
and
If they even needed to get rid of Paul George, honestly, like I said,
I'm glad they got rid of PG just because.
well, I'm glad they did.
Because we got something.
What-
He didn't want to be here.
Yeah, what I really wanted them to have done in the offseason, I said it a lot. They should have tried to trade Ellis instead of just spacing out his contract and waiving him.
Right.
They could have traded him and their pick. They could have got a better player, shooting guard. Kynard would have been amazing.
Right.
He's like a Klay Thompson without the defense,
I
but
forgot about that.
that can always be taught. And then there's a guy named Chris Paul who hadn't decided to go to Houston yet.
Yeah.
You got an all-star point guard.
He wasn't
On the
coming
team.
here. You're
Yeah, the only problem that we have is nobody wants to come to the Pacers.
the only
Not
all-star
someday,
point
yeah.
that we
Yeah.
We got
To-
corn.
It's just hard.
To make a title run, I think he would, especially to get out of the West as well.
I think
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
only all-star point we could have got was Irving.
Irving, maybe. Yeah.
And it would have been involving him and PG in a trade.
I think we could have taken Lowry as well, because he was super anti Raptors until they're just like, all
They
right,
finally said,
Here's
"Here's
$100
$1 million.
here's a
Yeah.
good jillion dollars.
Here's your buttload of money.
Yeah,
Because if
yeah.
you leave, our team's crap.
So what we're saying is Oladipo will be an all-star this year, along with
Turner.
and then
It,
it's Glenn Robinson's going to win the slam dunk
I
contest.
hate to say it, but maybe Stevenson.
Stevenson will probably be an all-star. So we're looking at an all-star team.
Because
I
And,
just-
of course, you guys are getting DeMontis Sabonis is an all-star.
I like Oladipo so much. He's so much fun to watch.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
We had such a rough time with turnovers already,
Yeah.
and then we bring back Lance, and then bring in Oladipo. It's
A lot of
not
turnovers.
Something that should have.
the All-Star team is going to be like 2 or 3 from our team, a few from the Cavs,
LeBron
and
James.
a few from the Celtics.
Whoa! LeBron James isn't making an All-Star team. What are you talking about?
That's right. He's not making.
No.
He's
No.
sitting out all season.
All season.
On the bench.
Kyrie's going to leave, and LeBron's going to pout.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I
Let's
can't
get back
think
on
about
track.
that.
Back on track. We
Back
kind
on
of got
track. We're
off
talking
track.
about the Pacers. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. This is fun.
You know who's gonna go into the starting lineup though, right?
Who?
It's gonna be Joy Young.
Joya.
Joy Young.
You said Young earlier. It's your starting lineup.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Player that might get traded by the trade deadline.
Turner. No, just kidding.
Turner, wow.
Just kidding.
There was talks early on about TJ Leaf getting traded just because of his lack of defensive ability.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. They were really happy when they got him.
I see trade.
I see if there's a
A
player
lot.
leaving, I see it being Jefferson because that's
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I was
No
gonna
doubt.
I was gonna say Aaron Brooks or Jefferson.
well, Aaron Brooks is already gone.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Jeffer-
gone? So then, yeah, Jefferson.
Brooks and Lavoy Allen are not on the team.
Lavoy Allen's on either?
No.
Wow.
So
I didn't know that.
Then Jefferson.
I didn't realize the boy wasn't there.
That was kind
Yep.
of. Did we let him go? Or did he just.
And I think he just was a free agent.
Wow. I kind of like Lavoy Allen.
Mhm.
I'm kind of surprised we let him go.
I did too. He was a really nice.
He's the only guy.
fill-in
He's
for-
the only guy that could actually come in and play well. Well, that sucked.
We have no bench.
No, or our bench could be probably.
That's what's gonna hurt us.
Yeah,
Starters
Serafin's gone
come out, We
now,
have no bench.
so we're gonna have Sabonis as our bench along with, well, Corey Joe. Well,
I don't know. I think our bench is decent.
Bogdanovich,
It'd be like Corey Joseph, Bogdanovich,
Nika Bugu,
yeah, Glenn Robinson,
Joe Young.
TJ Leaf,
Sabonis.
and then Ike. 'Cause I don't know how to say his name.
Where's Edmund Summer come from?
He is another. We ended up trading one team for a pick, and we got Edmund Summer for it.
Oh,
So
okay.
he was a second round pick.
Oh, okay.
I could see us possibly trading Joy or Joe Young.
Joe Young, yeah.
He
Whoa,
wants.
We can't trade the next Russell Westbrook away.
I'm open.
Halfway.
If Westbrook was on my team, I'd trade him away too.
He was probably wanted to start playing some more minutes so he can get better overall,
Yeah.
and so I think getting a decent player for him would be pretty good.
I just don't think.
We can probably get enough for
I
him.
don't.
Couldn't
No.
we?
I don't
The package them in with maybe.
See, this is so much going to depend on what our record is and how.
Joe Young
Falling
thinks
apart
Joe Young is
pretty
Russell
damn good,
Westbrook.
yeah.
Mhm.
I could see us actually trading Thaddeus Young if,
Yeah.
depending on
That's what
how
I'm saying
we're
is-
doing,
yep.
or
The only reason I could see us trading Thaddeus Young
Uh-huh.
would just be to
Change-
alleviate space for next
yeah, that's
year.
what
Yeah,
I was
that's
thinking,
what-
kind of like
yeah.
a freeing up of
Yeah,
space.
to get,
Yeah,
to get somebody that gets going into free agency.
Yep. So I would say like both of the Youngs getting packaged together for a another player that it might be like what Zach said, a free agent or a decent player that is coming into his
Possibly
own.
signed for the Denver. Oh.
Well, with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this podcast. It was a nice long podcast right here. We went and talked about Golden State Warriors, Houston Rockets, Pistons, and the Pacers. And the next one, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers,
Boo.
Los Angeles Clippers,
Boo.
Memphis Grizzlies,
Yeah.
Miami Heat.
Yeah. So next week could be a little bit of a.
Next week's gonna be super
Next
boring.
week, this entire thing is going to be about 10 minutes of us
Since
saying
I don't know
this team
anything on
sucks,
any of
let's
these
move
four
on.
teams,
It's gonna be about recent draft picks, centers, and who was the second team?
Clippers, Lakers.
Oh, and it's gonna be about the redheaded wonder that his
Blake-
hair's not very red anymore,
Blake
and
Griffin.
it makes me sad.
When we get to the Clippers, it's
'Cause
gonna
when
be
you
like,
see gingers
CP3
fly-
is gone. So next week.
Yeah.
No, you got a flying ginger. It's okay.
It's all good. Lonzo Ball is going to carry them to a championship this
Yeah.
year because of LeVar
Oh
Ball.
yeah, LeVar Ball.
LeVar
Whoa,
Ball?
whoa! LeVar Ball's gonna walk out on the court and forfeit for the Lakers. Oh, you
Oh,
haven't
the
read
father.
that?
The father.
Yeah, He's already forfeited twice in the summer or in the
He only
AAU
forfeited
for his.
once?
Huh?
The other 14 ones.
He forfeited
He-
once,
he-
and then he got kicked out once and didn't leave, so his team got
Yeah.
forfeited.
Yeah. And then he was going to do it a third time, but the refs didn't do it because Nike.
That woman.
or
It was that
Adidas
woman
or
ref.
someone,
Yeah. This should be an interesting
told,
game. We
told
got
the ref
that.
not to do it.
Lakers.
Lakers, Lonzo Ball. With Brook Lopez.
Brook Lopez.
With that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and end this podcast.